Greetings and welcome to the Haiku Pond, a place to ponder life through haiku. My name is Anthony, and I'm the caretaker of the pond. Each season, I share haiku written by myself and others. Each episode features haiku centered around a pre-chosen theme. You can learn more at anthonynanfito.com/haiku. If you're ready, let's prepare for our visit. Take a deep breath and dive in. The theme for this visit is fire, and will feature haiku written by myself and others. Chorus of crickets, fireflies and stars, a cool summer night. I wrote this haiku a few years ago while camping near Qingdao, Thailand. This particular occasion marked the first time I witnessed fireflies in person. To say they're magical doesn't quite do them justice, but indeed they are quite magical in appearance and presence. They float through the darkness of the night, flashing their neon green light at random intervals, creating a dazzling spectacle. As I watched them, I succumbed to the irresistible trance of these drifting fireflies, and everything seemed to slow down. I got lost in the hundreds of bobbing neon green flashes that were set against the backdrop of a silhouetted mountain and the starry night sky. As I watched this scene play out in front of me, I realized the importance of letting go and letting the whims of the universe take me where they may. We can direct ourselves where we want to go, but more often it's better and easier to go with the flow, living in each moment, taking it in as it is, and doing our best to flash our colors in a sea of darkness. This is the lesson I learned from fireflies. This is the lesson I learned from this haiku. What light do you use to guide yourself through the darkness? Share your thoughts by leaving a comment on the blog or YouTube video, or send an email to thehaikupond@gmail.com. Hearing your thoughts makes this more of a conversation, and I look forward to hearing what lessons you've learned. Now let's hear from our listeners. Each haiku will be repeated twice, so you can fully immerse yourself within it. If you'd like to submit a haiku for a future episode, please visit thehaikupond.com for details. All right, let's begin. From Robert Kingston. His singed hair in the open fire, hot potatoes. His singed hair in the open fire, hot potatoes. From Stephen. Address to the gods of fire. Combustion, my lords, speak please, I'll do what you ask. We will burn the world. Combustion, my lords, speak please, I'll do what you ask. We will burn the world. From C.X. Turner. Crackling fire, all the memories I have and will never have. Crackling fire, all the memories I have and will never have. From Susan Andrews. The raging, whirling dance of heat and drought, wildfire. The raging, whirling dance of heat and drought, wildfire. From Jerome Berglund. Roman god meets the hare, ground test fireball. Roman god meets the hare, ground test fireball. From Tracy Davidson. Toasting his feet on the open fire, torture chamber. Toasting his feet on the open fire, torture chamber. From Petro C.K. Campfire, reflections in a row of eyes. Campfire, reflections in a row of eyes. From Catherine E. Winnick. Sandalwood burning, fleetingly the flame flickers, a slight breeze. Sandalwood burning, fleetingly the flame flickers, a slight breeze. From Chitaluri, Satyanarayana. Fireplace, memories one by one into ashes. Fireplace, memories one by one into ashes. From Mark Scott. Summer bonfire, sharing stories of our first that have long since passed. Summer bonfire, sharing stories of our first that have long since passed. From Herb Tate. Exhausted candle, another year of being one again. Exhausted candle, another year of being one again. From Kimberly Kuchar. Dog sniffing the air, flames licking at the stakes. Dog sniffing the air, flames licking at the stakes. From Carrie J. Heckman. History buffs around the fire, a different kind of war stories. History buffs around the fire, a different kind of war stories. From Kan Yamamoto. On a starless night, a firefly larva glows among autumn dew. On a starless night, a firefly larva glows among autumn dew. From B. L. Bruce. Fire-scarred trees, the forest still standing. A lesson on resilience. Fire-scarred trees, the forest still standing. A lesson on resilience. From Cone. Flickering flames, time flies backward. Flickering flames, time flies backward. From Ali Zanaidi. Silent lips, simply the crackling fire of her lipstick. Silent lips, simply the crackling fire of her lipstick. Special thanks to all the poets who submitted their haiku for this episode. It's an honor and a pleasure to read them. If you're listening and you'd like to connect with these poets, visit the show notes linked in the description of this episode for links to their websites or social accounts. Before I get to the next theme, a quick announcement. The impromptu break I took these past few weeks not only gave me time to rest and recover, but it also gave me time to reflect. I really would love to produce episodes every 2 weeks, but the reality is I just don't have the time right now. So I'll be switching to a monthly format. Looking ahead, I've decided to skip the month of December since I'll be doing some traveling for the holidays, so we'll have one more episode in November before the end of 2022, and then return in January of 2023 with an episode each month. The theme for our next visit in November will be Earth, and your haiku needs to be submitted by 11:59 p.m. Bangkok time on Friday, November 18, 2022. Thank you so much for your support, patience, understanding, and kind messages over the past few weeks. I hope you too take some time at the end of the year to reflect and rejuvenate before we ring in the new year. Speaking of gratitude, I want to say a huge thank you to Kimberly Kuchar, CX Turner, and Susan Andrews for your financial contributions on my Buy Me a Coffee page. I'm humbled and honored. Your contributions help keep the lights on and the mic recording. If you'd like to make a contribution to help support the podcast and receive a special shout out in a future episode, visit buymeacoffee.com/wordsbyfifi. That's all for this episode. See you next month. Wherever you are in the world, take care of yourself, and if you can, someone else. Thanks for visiting the Haiku Pond. To read the featured haiku and connect with the featured poets, check out the show notes in the description of this episode. If you've been inspired by what you've heard, please share the show with a friend. For podcast updates, join the mailing list at haikupond.ck.page. For inquiries, send an email to thehaikupond@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow the podcast on Twitter @thehaikupond. Thanks for listening. See you next time.